This is Rise of the Beasts, the latest Transformers movie that's kind of a reboot thanks to what Bumblebee did. Not the Michael Bay movies, but somehow the Michael Bay movies. Let's get into the reaction and the movie review and all that good stuff. Here we go. Transformers Rise of the Beast is supposed to be a reboot. Guys, understand, this is not the Bayverse, the Michael Bay universe of Transformers. This is its own different thing. I'm Jody Joe. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I'm with my main man, E-Man.
What's poppin', y'all? What it do? Let's get it.
How you doing, E-Man? You good?
I'm good, bro. It's always glad to be here.
Well, that's what's up, man. Glad to have you in studio and stuff.
Glad to
I want
be
to talk
here.
about some Transformers,
Hey, bro,
Hammy.
Transformers is my thing, baby. Let's get it.
All right, bro, listen. A lot of people say that you be copying my opinion and stuff like that. So in order for that not to happen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to you first. I'm going to divert to you first. What are your reactions out of coming off of Transformers, bro?
Hey, man, I enjoyed this movie, bro. Had a good time. This movie was very fun. It was very interesting. Shout out to Pete Davidson for doing his thing, man.
Who's
hey, bro,
Pete Davidson in the movie then?
Pete Davidson is Mirage.
Mirage.
The Porsche. He was amazing, bro. Pete Davidson is not a good comedian whatsoever, but in this, he was funny as hell. Had the whole audience dying. This movie was so fun, so enjoyable. It gave me more tingles in it than the original well, not per se the original, but the other Transformers did. And I really have
tingles,
fun with this. Yeah, I really have fun with this, man. Like, I didn't think this. I knew we was gonna have a really like a good movie, but I didn't know it was gonna be this good. And the things that happened in this movie was so crazy, so wild. You know, it's some things that I really don't. It's some things that I didn't like. Far as, like, you know, as I always don't like, is not putting too much respect to Optimus Prime as they should be.
You don't think they put enough respect on his name?
They make Optimus always a bitch. They did him like that in the first one, and then he got respect in the second one, and I felt like they could have put more respect to him, just like they did with that. It's like the first. They just like the first one, and I mean,
in Dark of the Moon, Optimus was that. I'll take you all.
Right, but in the first one, Optimus was getting holed by Megatron, and I have a problem with that.
Megatron was big though, my nigga.
I have a problem with that, bro.
Thick.
Optimus ain't no bitch. You feel me? He ain't been no bitch in the cartoons. He ain't been no bitch, bro. And come on, bro. He's the leader of the Autobots for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's the leader for the Autobots for a reason.
Autobots?
But you know, this was fire. Shout out to Optimus Primal. Oh my God. Like, seeing this, man, this brought me back into a little kid, bro. Beast Wars. You know what I'm saying? I felt like literally like I'm watching Beast Wars in this moment. It was so amazing to see, you know, seeing Cheetor and seeing them, you know, a lot of people I wish they had in this movie, but they did not. But other than that, this movie was fun. This movie was enjoyable. Comedy like a mug, but action packed. You know what I'm saying? Serious moments or whatever here, but I like this movie a lot, man. Have real fun with this.
You got a grade for it?
Yeah, baby. This is an A.
An A?
It's an A. I guess.
Man, she-fi. Hey, listen. A, you loved it. It was great. All right. For me, listen. I'm gonna go ahead and let me hit you with this shit, bro. I'm about to keep it a buck right now. Everybody knows that Transformers is a joke. And there's some people out there who are trying to tell me, Jody, this is a reboot. It's not no Bayverse. Bay's trash. These are gonna be good. Nah, bro. These are all the same, bro. These are in the same vein as the Michael Bay Transformers movies, bro. You have to turn your brain off to enjoy this movie. This movie was entertaining. I'm sitting here having a good old time in the theater. The theater was packed, and I was having a blast. It's a very entertaining movie. Dominique Fishback, she does a good job in this movie. The Hispanic dude from The Star is Born, I don't know his name. I know his name, but I forgot it. He does a good job in this movie, you know, for what his role is. What his written role is, he does it well. The soundtrack of this movie, fire. That 1990s East Coast hip hop was lit. I love the music choices. They came at the right time. This was a feel good movie. A lot of that from the beginning of the movie with the setup with him and his brother and, you know, his background and Dominique Fishback's background, all of that is set up decently. Like, you're like, okay, for sure. But even though I liked their characters, I was reminded over and over and over again while watching this movie that these movies will never be as good as they should be as long as they have these stinking humans in there. And that's a bad thing for this movie. The human interaction is at an all-time high. Sam Witwicky, oh yeah, bring him back, because you guys, some people were complaining about too much Sam. Sam was around too much. He wanted to go to college. It was too much about Sam, or even Michael Wahlberg. The human unnecessity. There we go. The human unnecessity.
You got it, bro.
The human unnecessity is at an all-time high in this movie. It's the worst. I'm just sitting back like, God dang these humans. And the script, I'm watching it and I'm like, this is what you're doing to... I said, there was a point in this movie where I'm like, okay, the humans are done. They did their mission. Now let's go and watch Transformers and Beast Wars. Let me see the rest of this movie. After 15 minutes, 20 minutes, the human interaction was done. And it wrote itself that way. Oh, okay, they're done. Then what they came up with to make the humans have to interject themselves into the movie, I'm like, oh my God, these goddamn humans make me sick. I just need a movie on Cybertron, bro, with just the Transformers. I don't know this idea that Transformers can't be entertaining by themselves, but the best parts of this movie were when Transformers were doing Transformer things. Optimus saying his quips, you know, remember in the old movies, I rise, you fall. I'll take you all on. This town's not big enough for the two. Oh, no, that's a different movie. But I had a good time. It has a feel good. The pacing is good. It has good pacing. The look is good. The CGI is terrible at moments. The CGI is 70% mediocre, 10% good, and the other 20% is just like, ugh. There were some shots of Bumblebee in the background, and he looked just blurred out. He looked claymation. Like, what the heck? He's not even finished back there. Like, there's unfinished CGI in this movie, like, unpolished for show. But overall, I had a good time with the movie, and I understand that people are going to like this movie. And that's the point. It's a summer blockbuster Transformers movies. And people who thought that this was going to be different than the Bayverse, you're setting yourself up. Now that you've got hit with this harsh reality that these movies are all the same, that these Transformer movies are about families, and just turn your brain off, nonsensical plot, cliches, quips, non-deep stories, character development, mediocre. Yes, I got to say also, Mirage... what's that douchebag's name who thought he was in love with, who thought Kim Kardashian loved him? Raccoon Eyes? Pete Davidson.
Yep.
He did a fantastic job. I love Pete Davidson as a voice actor in this movie. It was dope. And even more so, Bumblebee was officially replaced in this movie. Yeah. And he was upscaled. He was sidelined, Bumblebee was. Because Mirage is everything Bumblebee is times 2. He's just way better than Bumblebee. Way more charismatic. Way more funny. This movie is funny. I had a blast with the jokes. There's really cool jokes in this movie. Comedic timing is there. It's great. Pete Davidson is the reason for a lot of those jokes too, by the way. Thanks. I love Mirage. He was by far the best character in the movie. Now, I think that a lot of people should know that Transformers and Beast Wars are two epic franchises of two different generations. The Transformers generation of the 80s, that's one set of people. The Beast Wars generation of the 2000s, that's another set of people. I believe that Beast Wars, the TV show, was every bit as good and even better than the original Transformers show. Mostly due to technological advancements and just narrative and story being better. The 80s was cheesy. But there's some greatness in that Transformers series that I love a lot. I'm a fan of both, but I'm more biased towards Beast Wars. The arrival of the Beast Wars was so fast and rushed and anticlimactic. I was disappointed. The effect that the humans have, their interjection in the script in the most important moments that should be handled by actual machines are handled by two dumb kids from New York. It doesn't make sense, and I'm just like, ugh, freaking humans. I mean, like really complex things in this movie. Keys, mazes, puzzles, geological, like this, someone discovered a geological site that was thousands of years old that nobody who lived there saw. And all she had to do was just go in the courtyard and click, click. Oh yeah, it's a turtle net. What the freak? Bro, I mean, it's mind-numbingly dumb. This is a dumb movie. But then again, it's a Transformers movie. It's supposed to be dumb, good stuff, that popcorn, action, laugh, fart, fun. Get it? It's just like the old Transformers, baby. It's no different. It's keys in front of a baby. This movie is wasn't that funny? Hey, keys. That's what it is. That's what this universe is going to be. They do some interesting things with the end of this movie that I thought was cool. But I feel like this setup of the way Transformers is like the old Transformers. I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell that Michael Bay didn't do this movie. Now, I will say there's another important thing as being a Beast Wars fan. They held off the maximizing of the Beast Wars for the climactic part of the film. And when it came time for the Beast Wars to maximize, once again, it was done in anticlimactic fashion. I mean, when Cheetor maximized, they were on the battlefield, and then Cheetor maximized, and it was shaky cam and blurry. I couldn't even make out how Cheetor looked. They each should have had a moment where they and you see them. They were done so dirty that they maximized mid-battle and you could barely see them. I don't know what Rhinox looks like. I gotta pause it on a blurry action scene to see, oh, is that same with Cheetor. I mean, even Optimus Primal, he looked tight. But even him, like, I feel like he should have been given more respect and kudos, and they should have more acknowledgement in the movie than they did. And that upset me. Optimus is a bitch. There's this dude in here called What was the bad guy's name?
I forgot myself, bro. I can't even.
Not Havoc. Scourge. His name was Scourge. Scourge, straight savage in the first half, bitch made motherfreaker in the second. Some of the stuff happening in this movie is just ridiculous, bro. The third act has some awesomeness and has some. It's a blur. It's some trash and it's some awesome mixed together, bro. I'm in this movie. I'm completely reminded like how good this movie could have been. Like not Transformers good, not turn your brain off good, actually turn your brain on good and freaking fire at the same time, and families can love it. But this is a film that never gets out of the mediocre theme park popcorn movie genre that it's in. It could have been a lot more, but it ended up being just another Transformers movie. I appreciated it. There's things that I like about it. I can give you guys a spoiler discussion to the end of the earth about this thing and the issues with this movie. But it's best that I just keep it as in the middle as I can, because I did appreciate while I watched this movie. It was funny. It was entertaining. It had those things that make an audience say, I like this movie, without digging deep and seeing the problems. And I know the theater I was in, they was having fun with this motherfucker, bro, and so was I. At the end of the day, you cannot distinguish this from a Michael Bay movie. And the reason why I say that, me saying that is probably a disservice to Michael Bay, because his movies, after seeing this movie, they don't look so bad. This is probably the third best Transformers movie ever made, including Michael Bay's movies. If I'm going with it, I have the first Transformers is the best. I have Revenge of the Fallen, which is Transformers 2, as number 2. And then it's this movie at number 3, or it is Dark of the Moon at number 3. I'm juggling Dark of the Moon and this movie together. Ron Perlman did a good job as voicing Optimus Primal too. I recognize that voice. Hey, whoever said, racist and monkeys is only tied to black people are wrong. Ron Perlman is a white dude from Sons of Anarchy. I like Ron Perlman, but that dude is a white monkey. You think it's a freaking coincidence that they cast Ron Perlman to play the monkey? No, it's not. I've been calling Ron Perlman is a monkey-looking motherfucker, bro. Look his picture up. Anyway, my grade for this movie is a C+. That's where I'm at with it. I know you like Transformers, E-Man. I know you're biased to it. I remember you said that Transformers The Last Night.
No.
Transformers Age of Extinction was better than Baby Driver. I remember you saying that. You gave Transformers Age of Extinction an A+. And I know that you're all right, tight. But nigga, you tripping.
Nah, bro.
Did you turn your brain off in this?
I mean, there were some things
for that A. Did you turn your brain off, or did you I think you really enjoyed it. Brain on.
There are some things in that movie, as you were saying, that I didn't like, but I just took it for what it is. I mean, it's a Transformers movie. There's the things is fictional.
So you turn your brain off a little bit then.
Because there was at the end of the movie when we got close to it, when the things that happened in that movie at the end of it, when the boy did what he did, that was like, what the fuck? That I looked at you literally like, did you see that?
I saw
but
it.
I left it alone because I just took it for a grain of salt. I just left it. I'm like, because I'm like, when we get into the spoiler free, when we get into the full, then I can really go in about it. But I'm just like, other than that, it was I enjoyed it though. I took it for what it, what it was.
I enjoyed it too.
I mean, I took it for what it was. I mean, it was. I agree about the Maximals.
If you're
because I didn't have an issue, but it was still good.
If you're grading this movie as a film, this is probably a D or an F. This is bad.
It was
but the entertainment factor, the excitement, the funniness of it, all that boosted a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I agree about the Cheetor. I was wondering to myself, why is he? I can't
tell you what Cheetor
looks like. I was like, why? And then Rhinox got small. I'm like, he supposed to be big?
Yeah, bro.
He supposed to be big with cannons, bro.
I think Rhinox had this hammer, and he was wrecking with that.
I think Optimus.
It was Optimus? I can't tell who it was.
But
But I saw a hammer doing things.
I think Optimus Primal had the hammer. But I'm like, he's supposed to be big with cannons.
Yeah, probably Optimus Primal.
But I just took it for, like I said, Pete Davidson really saved this movie, though.
He was this movie. This movie is not good without him. This movie doesn't get a C+. Pete Davidson's that dude, I gotta tell you. I mean, y'all understand that?
There was a scene in this movie that happened when he was standing up. I was like, why is he like this on this? You know what I'm talking about? And then he this way now. Something weird with that. But I just left it alone. Just took it for what it is.
Right.
But the fun in this movie, that's why, it's an A for me. I enjoyed it. I mean, I had to, because there was a lot of shit in this movie that was kind of like.
I saw you.
Okay.
I was looking at you, were laughing,
it was
having
funny.
a good time.
I was having fun. I was having fun with PIC, bro. It was having fun.
I was having fun too.
We was over there,
but you were really having some fun.
Yeah, I was having fun.
You were really, and that's good,
I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy
that's
it.
what the movie is about. There's something to be said about that. The fact that this movie
got problems, but it was enjoyable though. It was enjoyable.
I know.
Mean, I was surprised at the ending of what I heard. Like, what?
Yeah.
We kept talking about that in the car.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Watch the, you guys too. Watch at the end of this movie. Don't leave. When the credits, watch it so you can find out what happens at the end. Literally, stay. Don't leave.
That's our review for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, and the Beast really wasn't all that great. Neither were the Autobots for that factor. The Autobots was weak, my nigga. I mean, talking about the team of Autobots. Why was that little motorcycle? They was whack.
I ain't gonna go there.
Bro, that's your team in the 90s? Fuck. How did you live this long?
I was saying myself, where's Jazz at? Where's
ain't no Jazz.
Where's
Jazz comes late. Jazz.
Ironhide. Where's
Ironhide? I don't know.
What I'm saying?
They chilling this shit.
I'm like, this supposed to happen before he met Sam. Do they end up going? Maybe they went back to Cybertron. And they went to another planet. But this changed the whole narrative of what we heard. What we find out, like it's not what we knew from then is gone.
And this whole movie is, it's a Transformers movie. It's all about the MacGuffin. This is a MacGuffin movie, guys. A device that's another special device. You know, like the Allspark, like the Matrix, all that shit. Same thing over and over. Rewatch, recycle. And I'm not even throwing that against this movie. I just knew when people were saying, hey, Jody, man, it's a reboot. It's going to be good now. Stop lying to yourself. Same shit. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel for that real content on YouTube. I'm Jody Joe. That fool is E-Man. We out this thing. Deuces.